Hello and welcome to another fantastic and frequently improperly timed released podcast where we're going to be talking about everybody's favorite spy movie, James Bond 007, It's No Time to Die. We really need to come up with new titles for these movies. And with me, as always, is my co-host, Connor. Say hello, Connor.
Hello, Connor.
Awesome. So, we've already done one podcast about this movie, talking about some of the controversies and the problems with the production this movie's had. But now we've finally gotten our first trailer for the movie, and I don't even know how I feel about this.
Yeah, completely honest too. I watched it and it's like, oh look, Christoph Waltz is back, and then on the other hand, it's like, what in the hell is this plot? Like, I have no idea what angle they're taking. Yeah. And then literally 2 minutes later, I text Robbie back. It's like, now that I think about it, this just seems like a rehash of Skyfall.
Yeah, so if you haven't seen the trailer, or if you haven't seen Skyfall, I guess spoilers for Skyfall, spoilers for the trailer you should watch before watching this video. The main plot of Skyfall is James Bond has gone into retirement, but there's a new villain on the loose. Maybe not retirement, but
he kind of gets like, they think he's dead, but he kind of like just takes the opportunity to say, hey, I'm
gonna move to the islands and bang a bunch of chicks and sometimes fight scorpions at bars.
Yeah.
But then he has to come out of retirement / vacation / whatever it is Daniel Craig does, and he has to take on the new guy because he's the only one that can do it. And this looks like the exact same thing. James Bond is forced to come out of retirement because Felix, which I think that's pretty cool, was it Jeffrey Wright? Is that his name?
Yeah,
he's back,
right.
which it's been a long time. It's been over 10 years, I think, since he's been in one of these movies.
Yeah, because he wasn't in Skyfall, he wasn't in Spectre.
Yeah, so it's really cool to see him back, especially because I really like that character.
Yeah.
But he comes back and he's like, hey, James Bond, MGM needs more money, so we need you to come back. And this time there's someone out there who wants to kill your girlfriend, and you gotta get back in shape and fight the bad guys. It doesn't look like it's not going to be entertaining, but I don't know. The last one they made, Spectre, was easily the weakest out of the four, and I think it did maybe not a good job, but it did finish kind of the saga, sort of. Like, he takes down Spectre / Quantum, he takes down Christoph Waltz, who was a pretty good casting choice for Blofeld, in my opinion.
Yeah, even though he just kind of shows up at the end of like the quadrilogy or whatever you want to call it.
Yeah, but this movie is just, I mean, there's even a scene in the trailer of James Bond trapped under the ice, and the main villain, who's played by Rami Malek, is like standing on top of the ice, and that scene is like exactly taken out of Skyfall. And I get that everybody really likes Skyfall, but you don't just like retread it. You can't just copy it and do it again. I don't know. This trailer just makes me sad, just because, like, I don't know. I used to really, really love the Daniel Craig James Bond movies, and like it's gotten to the point where I'm like, just stop, like, no more.
Yeah. Going back to like all the similarities to like Skyfall and stuff, like this new villain, like, granted, Rami Malek's character only gets like maybe 10 seconds of actual screen time in this entire trailer, but the way they're kind of bringing him about, it seems like some sort of, ghost from the past type deal. Mm-hmm. But for Bond's girlfriend or whatever, instead of M, as it was in Skyfall.
Yeah.
Then they're introducing a new female associate who's the Lashonda Lynch character. I forget her designation.
Who, she's honestly probably, I don't know, for me, I think that might be one of the more interesting aspects of the movie, that you have James Bond kind of competing with someone. Because in Skyfall, he's like, I'm the best, and now I'm back, and surprise, I'm still the best. But I think that if you have someone that's not even necessarily a villain, but another 00 that he's kind of like competing with, and he'll probably team up with her at some point, and he might have to put her down at some point. I think that aspect of the movie could be fun. but that's only like one part of the trailer. And another thing is that, because we talked about this in our other podcast about this more, but like we were really afraid they were going to be doing like a real like woman boss go female thing with like, because the rumor was that she was going to be the new 007. Based off this trailer, I don't think that's going to happen at all.
No.
I mean, it still might, but if it is, they're not advertising it at all because people weren't really on board with bringing the franchise over to her. But if we have another like 006, 00 competition, I think that could be a fun part of the movie.
Yeah. It's like, I don't know, Moneypenny kind of had a similar role in Skyfall.
Yeah, a little
Not
bit.
Like she wasn't trying to replace him, but
Yeah.
she was just kind of, like a sidekick type deal. And then she's like, oh no, I'm not working in the field anymore.
Yeah, I just work at the desk.
Yeah.
I don't get why that actor isn't in more stuff. She's really good, I feel like.
Who, Naomi Harris,
Yeah.
who played Moneypenny.
Mhm.
Yeah, oh crap, I was actually gonna look that up because I forget what else I've seen her in. Like the name's like really familiar.
Yeah.
It's like
Well, she was in like a couple movies after Skyfall came out. I remember that, but like, I feel like I haven't seen her in anything since.
Oh yeah, she was Tia Dalma in
Oh,
Pirates
yeah,
of
she
the
was Tia
Caribbean.
Dalma in Pirates of the
Yeah.
Caribbean.
Yeah, I thought she might have been in the the Matrix films, like the sequels, but I
Maybe.
can't remember that for sure. No, I'm confusing her for someone else.
hmm
Yeah,
I guess she was in Moonlight, but I didn't watch that movie, so.
Yeah, I don't know if anybody did.
That's what it takes to win an Oscar. No one can watch your movie.
Yeah.
So I think I talked about this a little bit in the last podcast as well, but this is like the first Daniel Craig Bond film, I think, that is coming out in like, it comes out in April, I believe, which they traditionally come out in November. And I think part of that is that there is a Marvel movie coming out in November, and I don't think they feel Bond has the strength to go up against him.
Which Marvel movie?
It's The Eternals, which again is one that I don't think anyone's gonna have too much hype for, but since it is attached to Marvel, everyone's gonna watch it.
Yeah.
Godzilla vs. King Kong comes out in November as well, so
Does
so
that
obviously, yeah, it got postponed again.
Okay.
First, it was supposed to come out in May, then March, and now November.
Okay, like I haven't heard anything about that. I didn't even see a trailer.
Yeah. Well, there hasn't been a trailer yet. They've been really hush hush about it, and I think that's
Oh.
because King of the Monsters underperformed.
Yeah.
And again, that was part of this summer's movie plague where Avengers Endgame took all the money and everything else bombed. But we'll see.
Yeah.
I just think it's just weird for me that a Bond film's going to come out that early in the year.
I don't know. I don't know. I'm honestly mixed about it. Like no, indifferent. That's the word, not mixed.
Yeah.
it comes out. Have that a month after we get Doom Eternal.
That's true. And what is it? Half-Life Alyx.
Yeah.
Which-
Wait a minute. That's coming out next year.
Yeah, it's coming out next year. Like,
Holy crap.
I know, right? You think that with all the hype there'd be with another Half-Life game, Valve would try to market itself around that. But no, they're just like, yeah, this game's coming out. It's gonna be on Steam.
Yeah. It's a VR game, right?
I do, which I'm not really happy about
Yeah.
because I'm not a fan of those games.
Yeah.
But I'll still play through most of it.
Yeah. I mean, Valve likes to be innovative, at least with their Half-Life games, and I guess that's a way of doing it. Even though VR has been more prominent the past 5 years, like,
It has, but I feel like it was kind of going down. Like, I felt like
oh, yeah.
2 or 3 years ago, it was like getting really big with like the Oculus and stuff, and now people are kind of like, oh yeah, VR sucks.
Yeah,
Kind of like how like 3D movies do that. There'll be like a huge phase of everybody watching 3D movies, and they'll be like, yeah, actually, it's not that cool.
Yeah, but I mean, like, this is their chance to kind of like. I
Yeah.
guess.
And they've said the game isn't going to be a VR showcase.
Oh.
Thank goodness.
Okay.
So they say it is an actual game, but
Yeah. I
we'll
mean,
have
I
to
would
wait
hope.
and see.
All right.
Is there anything else you want to talk about? Is there anything in the trailer that stuck out to you? James Bond ramping the motorcycle up that bridge was pretty cool.
I forget that part.
It's at the very end.
Yeah, I should have rewatched the trailer before this.
Yeah, it's okay. I just think it's weird to see freaking Daniel Craig. He's like 100 years old now. And he's still like doing these incredible stunts.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you
And I'm
know.
like, yeah, his arm's gonna come disconnected.
You know he has a stunt double, right?
Yeah, of course he does, but like watching the movie, you're like, I don't know.
Yeah. Yeah, this will definitely be his last Bond film. Like, he didn't even want to come back for this one.
Yeah,
But then he's like, you know.
I would be so surprised if they make another one after this. And
Well, with Craig, you mean?
yeah, they better make James Bond movies until I die. And then a little past that, because you just have to.
Yeah. I don't know. They might try to reboot it after Craig.
They should. That's what they should do. They shouldn't try to continue this storyline.
Yeah. Alrighty. Well, that was that.
Mm-hmm. If you have any other comments or thoughts on the new James Bond movie, leave them in the comments. Let us know. We're always willing to hear more suggestions for other podcasts to do. Sorry we haven't been making as many videos and podcasts. But expect to hear plenty more Bond stuff in the future. Alright, I'm out.
Bye.